Welcome to the Chicken Crew, Hatching Out Facts, a chicken fact podcast brought to you by the exceptional Pottsboro Area Library and Raise Up Radio. Stay tuned to the end of the episode for more information on Raise Up Radio's program and mission. For our final episode, we'll be taking a more personal look at chicken raising, with a tour of Janet McQuistion's chickens, and a few fun facts and experiences from more of our previous egg-xperts. Our final activity is a bit more interactive than our previous experiments, so stay tuned after the interview for more information.
Today's egg-xperts include Janet McQuiston, interviewed by Grace Bertrand, Lydia Pine, interviewed by Brendan Pine, and John Pine, interviewed by Shane Pine. All three of our egg-xperts have had their own episodes of Hatching Out Facts, but today we'll be combining their expertise to get a close-up look on what raising chicken is actually like. Facts alone are all well and good, but working with animals is far more than just that. So let's get a more personal look on how it is to raise chickens.
My first question for you is, what do you do?
I am a stay-at-home mom, and I work with my husband a little bit for a small business that we own, and I absolutely love taking care of animals. When I was in the 4th grade and my brother was in the 6th grade, he had a science teacher who sent home a tiny incubator with 5 eggs in it, and we hatched 5 little Banty chickens. I was 10, I'm now 52, and I've had chickens most all of my life.
Where do chickens live in the wild? Are there even wild chickens?
Yes, some of my favorite types of chickens are the jungle fowl, and they live in the wilds of southern Asia, the warmer regions of Asia, mostly in the jungles, of course, hence the name jungle fowl.
Another question for you, what do you use the eggs for?
We sell our eggs. It helps pay for the feed, not tremendously, but if you will take a store-bought egg and a farm egg and you break them open and look at the two, a farm egg is going to be so much more yellow and sometimes even orange, depending on how much foraging they do. Even the cage-free, a lot of time all they get is lay pellets. They're not out foraging for bugs, which is where you get a lot of the vitamins and a lot more nutrients. So honestly, I sell them as fast as they lay them.
Do all eggs taste the same, like from different chicken breeds?
Yeah, for the most part, eggs just taste like eggs. Now, there probably is. We seem to feel like there's a big difference between the eggs that we have here and people that eat our eggs say they taste a lot better than store eggs. Store eggs are processed and chemicals and, washed and sometimes bleached, and just a lot of stuff goes on. And, eggs are porous, so they do take on some of that stuff. Our eggs, are just natural, and everybody says they taste creamier and more flavorful and just overall better.
Can a chicken fart?
Yes, they can.
Another question, what kind of chickens do you raise, and what's your favorite type and why?
I like a variety of different colored birds, and I like a variety of colored eggs. I like the dark brown, I like the speckles, but I like the white. There's some breeds that, they're good layers, but they're just a little headstrong or dominant. I don't want any of those. I like the sweet, gentle. You can get a standard breed, which is normal size, or you can get a Banty, which is a lot smaller. I like both, but Banties are amazing flyers, and they will get out of any coop and go roost in trees and roam around the yard. It's hard to keep them in, but I always like to keep a couple of Banties. I don't know that I have a favorite. Right now, my roosters are my favorites. I have 3, and the roosters are absolutely gorgeous. They have so much more color than what the hens do, and I do love my roosters.
So can you on cue. So can you tell me a little bit more about roosters?
I love roosters. They are my favorite. It's fun to watch them. If they find a bug or a worm or something great to eat, they make a special noise and all the hens come running. If a hawk is hovering over, he will literally run the girls back in the coop and he will stand at the door of the coop. They are amazing protectors. I pick mine up. I can carry mine around. They eat out of my hand. Mine are very gentle.
Do your chickens have names? And if so, what is your favorite name and chicken and why?
Oh, yes, they have names. If they're different. Now, I may buy 4 or 5 that look the same. They usually don't get a name unless there's something unusual about their personality. Biff is my favorite rooster. Huey is my big rooster. Sonny is his son. S'more, the little Banty that I have, when we first got her, she was all the colors of a s'more. I love old lady names. We've had Louise, we've had Thelma, we've had Gertrude. I just think they're funny. They just look like little old women to me. Our little bitty Roosters. We've had Billy Bob Joe, who actually swam in our pool with my kids. He loved to swim. He was tiny, and he would ride around on your shoulder like a little parrot. And then we have PJ. He's tiny. So, yeah, they get names.
Those are some pretty good names. What do the different colors of eggs mean?
Totally dependent upon the breed. Americanas will lay green. Olive Eggers will lay a greenish blue. I have one hen, and I'm not sure who she is. I think she's a black hen. Her egg is almost lavender.
Wow, that's a rainbow of eggs.
What happens in an egg that makes it float if it's bad?
The air sac expands in the egg when it gets old, and it probably builds up some kind of gases in there from it starting to degrade.
Is there anything you want us to know about chickens?
They are sweet and smart, and chickens can also recognize faces and some words and sounds just like dogs.
For our final activity of the Chicken Crew, we'd like to invite you to the Pottsboro Library for an egg hunt. Plastic eggs will be hidden all over the library, each one containing a chicken or egg fact. After the eggs are found, we'll be replacing the facts inside with new ones and re-hiding the eggs. So don't be afraid of missing out on the fun right away or only being able to participate once. So come on down to the Pottsboro Area Library. After you finish your egg hunt, check out more of what the library has to offer, from the usual books to our gaming computers and virtual reality headsets to our seed library and library of things. You may even see some of the folks involved in the production of this very program while you're here. So if you're still hungry for chicken facts, come down and say hi. We hope to see you there. Thanks for joining us this week. This is our final episode of the Chicken Crew Hatching Out Facts. But don't lose your head, because Raise Up Radio and the Pottsboro Library both have more projects and programs to keep our listeners curious and learning. Stay tuned for information on how to search for and explore these opportunities. If you're still curious about chicken raising specifically, go to the Pottsboro Library's website at pottsborolibrary.com to see our map of local chicken supply assets and owners. That's POTTSBORO library.com.
For updates on the Chicken Crew, Hatching Out Facts, and the Pottsboro Library's other programs, projects, and various going-ons, check us out at the Pottsboro Library on Facebook and at Pottsboro Live on Twitter. To keep up to date on Raise Up Radio's projects as a whole, follow at RIN Libraries on Twitter.
The Chicken Crew Hatching Out Facts is part of Raise Up Radio, a program designed to address educational inequities in rural areas and create a new community of practice for library professionals. This program is part of a research study conducted by the University of North Texas and University of Alabama, made possible in part by the Institute of Museum and Library Services through IMLS grant number RE250133 OLS21. For more information on this project and what other libraries are making through it, go to rurl.ci.unt.edu. That's rurl.ci.unt.edu. Thanks for listening.